Now let's think about problem solving. Here, students may be presented with text-based questions or scenarios in which they have to recognize number patterns or shape patterns, understand a rule in function tables, use function tables and how they relate to ordered pairs, or graph ordered pairs on a coordinate plane. Let's look at a few examples of what this might look like. So here I see a problem where students are asked about the following. A number pattern begins with these values: 6, 12, 18, 24. The question asks which table correctly represents the relationship between the position of a number in the pattern and the value of that number. So here students have to figure out the rule, and then they have to identify the table that correctly represents the rule between 6, 12, 12, 18, 18, 24, and so on. Here's another question that students might be faced with. This question presents a table, and it says, the table shows a relationship between input numbers and output numbers. Which rule can be used to find the output number when the input number is given? So here students have to think about the relationship between the input and output to then decide that the rule in this case is J. Here's another question that students might be asked about. Carmela plotted the ordered pair 1, 3 on a coordinate grid by moving 1 unit up and 3 units left from the origin. Which statement is true? So here students have to understand whether that movement to plot that ordered pair on the coordinate grid is correct. And then they have to read answer choices F, G, H, J to be able to answer this question. Here's another example that students might be faced with. Line M is shown on the coordinate grid. Which ordered pair represents a point that is located below line M? So here students have to be able to plot each of these ordered pairs on the coordinate grid. I see that 3, 5 would be on the line. I see that 10, 6 would be below the line. 2, 8 would be above the line, and 4, 10 would also be above the line. So here, my answer choice is G. So those were just a few examples of problem solving related to these patterns. So I'd like you to push pause and think about how you might engage your students in problem solving related to these patterns.